Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's EmilySayyy or whatever. Today is a very special day. I wanted to start the new episode, the brand new monthly episode of, where's my drum roll? EmilySayyy hello or goodbye to these products. I have a little pile here of things that I've been using constantly and some things that I just completely stopped using and now they're taking up space. And I wanted to share them with you guys. Some of this stuff I'm going to assume that a lot of people already have, but if you are new to the channel or new to makeup, let me give you a heads up. I have probably about 12 or 13 things that's like brushes included and stuff, so yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, first I really wanted to talk about some of my tools that I have recently purchased. If you, again, are new to makeup or if you're just starting, wanting to invest in some makeup, you are looking at certain brushes and tools to use, Morphe has a very good selection and a very well-priced selection of brushes. Now these three brushes, the first brush is the M504 brush. It's a bigger, kind of fluffier brush. The second brush is an M124 brush. It is flat, for like a crease, or I'm sorry, like a lid. And then the third brush is gonna be Morphe M506. So these three brushes have been my everyday use. I've used this for carving out my eyebrows, or I've used it for applying shadow onto my lid. This is for if you watch my work makeup look, this is what I use because I'm really lazy, and so then I'll just put one color on this and then put it all over the eye, but then it's really good with blending up in the eyebrow crease space. And then this last brush is probably my holy grail, and I can use this for multiple things. So you would think, okay, I'm going to use this for my crease, or I'm going to use this for like, defining or blending out certain things. But I've used this as for my nose contour. I've used it for under my eye. I'll even put like a little bit, like if I really want to define my contour, I'll put like a little bit right here, just like in the hollows of my cheeks, and I'll kind of make that a little darker. This is a great universal tool. Again, I love all three of them, and they are 100% an everyday use. And again, Morphe is just a great brush, a great brush set to have. I have a lot of Morphe brushes, but these are my faves so far. Also, just a quick disclaimer, these products that I have purchased are from January and February. So that's why I have so many of them, honestly. But I will try and do monthly reviews over some things. And so it's probably not going to be a ton each month. The next thing that I have is this Milani Baked Powder Blush in the color Berry Amore. This blush, again, has been an everyday use. If I can open it. It is so pretty, and you can tell that it has kind of gold flakes in it. So it gives that kind of highlight on your cheeks. I'm actually wearing it right now. Can't really, you can kind of see it. My highlight is popping though. I love this blush. It is definitely buildable. I hate whenever I put on blushes and it just immediately applies pink. And then I just, like, if I dip my brush into a certain blush, and then it just goes on like with the harshest color, and then I just have to sit there and blend and blend and blend. I guess some people enjoy the super pigmented blushes, but I don't. I like to be able to build mine and stop where I need to. Blushes are probably the most intimidating to me. I try to avoid them, but then it looks really silly not having a little blush on, so. Next product is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. What I like to do is actually buy these in the little travel size. So if you go to Ulta or to Sephora, they have those little bitty sections where they get you. Those little things, they know when you're waiting in line, you sit there and you look around and you're like, oh, well, it's just $15 for this, but it's normally $30. Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna buy it. Gets me every time. I have the tiniest, I have all tiny products, not right here, but I have a lot of tiny products because I get got every time. Sephora and Ulta, y'all are smart. But this is really good. So my skin type has changed throughout the years, but as an overall, I normally was really oily, and now I can kind of feel that I'm getting a little drier, just like on the apples of my cheeks. Definitely like sometimes right here on my forehead. And this is not too oily, but then it does not at all dry your skin out. So that's why I really like this. And I don't know why, but I have to be convinced, like with the face primer, it kind of has to feel kind of like that tacky. Now it's not tacky enough to where it's like glue, but it's tacky enough to where you're like, okay, I can kind of feel that my face, you know, feels a little sticky. And I hate to say sticky, it's not that bad, but it kind of reassures you that whenever you put your foundation on, it will stay. And this does a great job with it. I love using this. Next,
we're just moving right along.
Next is my holy grail. I actually talked about this in my previous video. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I know that tons of people, if you have not ever purchased Laura Mercier, you like invest in Laura Mercier, the translucent powder. I've tried a couple other translucent powders. I've tried like Kat Von D, I've tried Make Up Forever, and I have like the drugstore brand, like the Air Spun. But I always catch myself going back to Laura Mercier. I feel that it's kind of like blushes. It's definitely buildable whenever you want to bake, but then it's also great whenever you just want to set, you know, your under eyes or set your face, and it doesn't look powdery or cakey. It doesn't cake up, you know, at the middle of the day. Also, which I catch a lot more with this, there isn't a flashback. So whenever, you know, you're taking your pictures at night and then there's that flash, then you just look like your crazy under eyes are like completely white. Yeah, this is really good at not having the flashback. So I love this stuff. I've always loved this stuff. I think that the last video I said that it was around $50. I looked again and I think it's closer to $40, but still, it's a ton of product. I can't even show you like a dent that I've done yet. It's a ton of product that you get in this. So there's that. The next on the list is gonna be these Huda Beauty Samantha No. 7 lashes. I tried to put them in back into the case as best as possible. I am a sucker for wispy lashes. I like to go big. Sometimes I'll use the House of Lashes Iconics, have Boudoir House of Lashes, and those are kind of wispy as well. But I love these. The band, I was a little intimidated at first because the band was really, really thick. The lashes that I have on right now are like the Kiss Ardell lashes, and those bands are really thin, which I feel I can get closer to my lash line. But then these two are just as great. Again, like I said, I was a little intimidated with putting the thicker band on with these lashes, but it really wasn't anything different from the ones that I'm wearing right now. And they're so long, and if you can kind of see, they're so long, and then they have like that kind of like different lengths in them, and then they have kind of like they're tapered, and they put fullness into your lashes, but then it doesn't take too much away from saying these are my natural lashes, because that's, I'd be riding that wave hard. Like, yeah, I didn't put on fake lashes today, what you talking about? So that was my first love pile. Let's move on to my not so favorite pile. Let me put this out there again. The brand, this is all the same brand. I love the brand, and I also love trying different things. But I felt they missed it a little bit on these 3 things. I only have 3 things in this pile. I was very excited about the foundation and the concealer. This is a little bit dark for me, and I know that I have another color in my drawer, but I couldn't find it, but still it's the same thing. So this is not good. I definitely found where my foundation was breaking up. I have a really difficult time like in my pore area, and you'll just see it just like completely separate. I want to say the word is oxidized.
Don't give Emily a new word to use because she's just gonna mess it all up.
But I feel that this breaks up a lot more whenever my natural oils come through, whereas using the same, priming my face, and then the same like maybe setting spray, or like using a different concealer, but still this still comes out as like I look a little cakey. And I'm always like catching myself just trying to like tap my pore area. This as well. So these separately, I'm not a fan. But this together especially is just an explosion. It doesn't work well for me. This as well, so I was really excited to use a different concealer. I think I've talked about that a couple times. I have millions of concealers. I love concealers. And this, I felt the same way. So I have the little wrinkles under my eyes, and I try to set that not cakey, but as best as possible. And I still felt that it separated. I don't think that I could combine different setting powders and it didn't come out differently. This is the color C1.35. It's also extremely light, which again, whenever I put this on in the tube, it looks a lot darker than what it was whenever I first. Kind of has like a little bit of an orange base. I don't want to put any really on. That's the color rubbed in. And I mean, you know, if you can kind of see, obviously not the back of my hand, don't judge that, but you can kind of see that it would match a little bit. I feel like it still didn't. So again, with this, it just wasn't, it was the same thing. I felt like it was separating really early in the day. My makeup, obviously you can't wear makeup. Well, you can. I don't suggest it. But my makeup earlier in the day would start to see the wrinkles and the pores and my lines than it would if I wore my Fenty Beauty and, you know, my Laura Mercier powder and a completely different concealer. They just didn't work for me. Lastly, in our little pile of mishaps is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I tried this, and again, I separated all three of these because I thought, okay, it's the combination. One of these is not right. I only put this on with the MAC Fix Plus. Didn't work. I only put this on with like this and the MAC Fix Plus. That's why it took me so long. I got these in January, early January, and I still was trying them out. I was trying different combinations, and it just wasn't working. And so then I would try my regular makeup with Fenty or MAC, and then I would put this as my setting spray. And while I completely love just like the holding down and spraying, because with the MAC Fix Plus you have to continue and spray, this I was like, spray paint my face completely. Like I love that I can just sit there and hold it down. And it has a nice smell. That wasn't too bad for me, and it was very airy when like compared to the MAC Fix Plus. You get a lot of product out whenever you first squirt it. This had all of the right features. Everything in the store, I was like, yes. I love the sprayer. I love the smell. You know, it came with a good amount, I feel. This has 2.8 ounces. Oh, let's not compare it to the MAC Fix Plus. But it's still, for the price that I got it, it was still, you know, a good amount, but it just didn't work out. And these two are just completely full. I'm sad that I couldn't, you know, that these couldn't come through with me, but at the same time I really wanted to test these out, because at the end of the day, who wants to continuously buy like $40, $50, $60 worth of foundation and concealer and setting spray? But I will if you're gonna break my face up. And just as a, you know, real quick, my face has now kind of come to a combination area. I used to be extremely oily, and I will find that I become a little bit more oily in like maybe around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But this stuff would like start breaking apart at like noon, you know, and I'm only at work for a couple of hours at that point. So that was really sad. Okay, luckily those were the only 3 things that I said a goodbye to. I can't use it. I'm not gonna use it again. It's gonna be just a cute little decoration for now, or I'm gonna find somebody maybe if they wanna try it out and pass it along. Okay, I have a couple more things in my hello pile. The first thing that I will point out, which I think that this is kind of a no-brainer for everybody. I really want to start using like the Tatcha setting spray. It's like the mist or whatever it's called. I want to start using that, but I cannot get away from MAC Fix Plus. I don't really know. If you don't have it, let me just say that you should get it. There's nothing wrong with MAC Fix Plus. I've never found anything wrong with my makeup after MAC Fix Plus. I wish I could drink MAC Fix Plus and it would just turn my entire body into something like magical. It doesn't. Not that I've tried. Buy MAC Fix Plus. You won't regret it. That's all I have to say. It's great. I love it so much. This is a Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio palette. It's called Pool Party. These blushes are very, very summer, and hence the Pool Party. And there's that. I'll do some swatches here just a second. So I heavily use this color over here, and it's called Cash. The middle one is called Pageant, and then the one over here is called Blank, which in a way you can kind of tell it's a very cool gray kind of blush. I just have not dipped into it yet until just now. Oh, it's a very gray. Okay, so there's the color. I'm gonna take my watch off. So there's the color. And again, it's this color over here. That's actually really surprising to me because this looks so much more pink than what this is. I really like that color. I love, like, that's a really nice, deeper color. Next, I'm gonna try the Pageant color. And this has like golder flakes in it. Ooh, that's really pretty. This is like, come on, focus. I don't know if you can see any gold flakes in it, but that is very, very pink. And then the last color, I will do the Cash, which this is the one that I have been using the most. See, I feel that it's a very neutral. Yeah, I like those colors a lot. So, again, blushes are really intimidating to me because I am one to apply blush more on one side than the other, and then I'm screwed for life, and then I have to have these like hard pink blushes. But I really wanted to try a trio. I try and have like a lot more pinker and then a lot more cooler and deeper colors just to kind of test them out. Next, and you guys should already know this, my concealer, my go-to concealer that I've been using, the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer. This is the color Porcelain. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Like, I've been using it for quite some time now. I love the applicator. It looks insanely messy. I love that the applicator is a little brush. And then whenever, you know, pushing on it, then it just kind of squeezes out in the middle of it. And it has not, it doesn't separate. It covers my wrinkles and like my under eye colors very well. And then setting it with a powder, it doesn't cake up. This is a very good drugstore brand, the LA Girl. I really want to get like the darker color so that I can conceal with it, or I'm sorry, that I can contour with it too, and test it out and see how it goes. Okay, a couple more things. Next is the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I have been using the Better Than Sex Too Faced Waterproof Mascara for quite some time now, and I really wanted something that I can apply to my upper lid and my bottom lid. I avoid putting anything on my bottom lash line because I feel that I can't put anything on without it being chunky or that it leaving like big chunks of mascara on it as much as I try and clean it off. This though, as you can see, it doesn't even come out with any like chunks on it, and it's very small. I really like the kind of dip in it too because then it forms to your lashes when you're bringing them up, and then the bottom lashes too, it just kind of like lays on them and then you just pull them down. This has been really good. I saw like amazing reviews on the roller lash too, so that's why I was convinced to get it too. I will say that it is one of my go-to lashes currently. The one thing that I don't really like about it is the fact that when I do comparing to the Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara, it holds my lashes up. It holds my lashes up. This applies the mascara to my lash, and I feel that it like immediately kind of droops. I don't know if I need to just keep curling my lashes afterwards, but it doesn't hold it up immediately. So that whenever I put my lashes on, I squeeze my actual lashes with my fake lashes together. So that's how I keep it on. Okay, next I'm gonna show two products at once because that's how I use it. This is they're both Benefit. One is the Precisely My Brow Pencil, and then the other one is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. Ooh, that was difficult. Here's another tiny one. They got me right in line. I was in, I think, Ulta, and I was like, ooh, I need to try this too. So this is, this has the spoolie at the end of it. This is the pencil. That's how much I have left. If it'll focus. I have none left. Oh, struggle bus. So I was completely filling my eyebrows in with this, and then I would kind of go in and like maybe for the arch, I would kind of go in and just fill in with this, but I've actually switched roles. So now with this product, because it actually comes off with a lot more than just the smaller pencil amount, I fill my eyebrows in completely with this. This is the number 3 color. I fill my eyebrows in completely, and then I will go in and I will use a spoolie and just kind of like brush off any excess powder or any excess product. And then I will use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And then, which there probably is a different order that I should do this in, but this works for me, people. And then I go in with the pencil, and then I will draw in anything that maybe I just spoolied too hard. And I will just draw in the hairs, and especially at the front of my brow. I know that in one of my brow, which one was it? One of my previous videos that you have to go watch, I was unsure of how to put the hairs in front of my brows. Now I'm just like, you know what? Hairs, there, you're there. And it looks good to me. Last, we made it. Lastly are 2 palettes that I have grown to favorite. Don't tell my other eyeshadow palettes. These palettes are, like, this is Emily being spoiled. Emily spoiling herself with these 2 palettes. Both Huda Beauty, the Desert Dusk palette and the Rose Gold palette remastered. These palettes, man, where do I begin? Let's just start off with the Rose Gold palette. It's a little dirty. I tried my hardest to touch every single one of these colors. These colors, I can do my smoky eyes. I think that I've previously touched on how like green eyes are good with like maroons and reds. So that's what really drew me to this palette. It has like a ton of like kind of glittery, if you see like this 3 up here, and these top row up here, they all have like the glitter specks in them. Let me just find a couple of them that I am obsessed with. So let's first do this Trust Fund color. Just kill me now. Now let's do Fling. And I mean, like, just sitting here and trying to grab the product on my finger, butter. It feels like butter. Okay, this is Fling. Somebody call 911. And I mean, I feel like I could just keep going around my arm. Like, there's still tons on both fingers. Like, I'm good. Now let's do this suede color. This is a matte kind of gray, brown, cool tone color. Very nice. Yeah, I like that. Let's do this 24K and black truffle, because we all need a good black eyeshadow in our palettes. So here's 24K. Oh my god. And then here's black truffle. I feel like that was my fault, how it kind of came off like that. See, it kind of like dipped it under my fingernail too. Let me try that one more time underneath it. Well. Doing the swatches for the black truffle is a little disappointing. I wanted it to really carry out. It just kind of loses it at the very end of it, and I know that I'm picking up a ton of product. But I still don't want to completely Just because there's like, you know, a little mishap on one of the swatches in this, don't mean nothing. But that's just the couple of colors that I picked. Again, don't judge me how dirty it is, but this palette was so worth it. And applying with your fingers, especially on like the shimmery ones up on the top. And then also, this palette is amazing. Okay, last, this is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Same with the packaging. It's gorgeous. First of all, Huda is so beautiful. And then these colors, the same kind of family as the reds that I had. I'll compare both of the palettes in the previous one, but then these have a lot, like if you look at the very bottom, the color Cosmo, it has like thicker loose glitter, which I'm still testing. They're big glitters, they're not shimmers. But here are the palettes side by side. Okay, just pick, so I'm gonna try this Cosmo color. I mean, I literally touched it for 2 seconds and it picks up so much. These have like kind of pink, red, gold. I see like some kind of like black specks or glitters in it. Okay, so this one's called Cosmo. That's where, this is Emily. I am indifferent with its huge glitters, and I don't think I'm testing of how to apply it. If you guys have an idea, please let me know. Because I feel that like I need a better base. There you go. That's just kind of like after my arm was wet. It's very pretty. But as far as like swatching it like that, I don't think that works well. Okay, next. Oh, I see some words in here that your girl don't know how to say. Let's do Blood Moon. This is a very pretty red, orange shimmer. Woo! Oh my goodness! Retrograde, I love this color. It's like the iridescent, like so it looks purple, but then it has like the blue and green. I've used this one already. Oh, that's Emily's bad swatch. Hold on. I haven't picked that bad boy yet. Oh my gosh. But you can kind of see under it has that like green, blue. But it's so freaking pretty. I'm so cool. 2 more. Let's go with okay, we're gonna do Eden. Again, it's a kind of a peachier color. Very neutral. It's a good like transition color. And then last, let's do, I'm gonna do 2 more actually. I wanna do this Twilight. It kind of has the same, it's more purple. Let me compare these. So this one's Twilight and then this one's Retrograde. So you can see, this is Twilight, this is Retrograde. Retrograde has a little bit more darker colors in it, where Twilight has more bluer colors in it. So wipe off Retrograde. Here's Twilight. Ooh, I love that. You can see the difference between the two right here. Okay, last, let's do Saffron. I want to try to get some like neutral colors in there. This is a very red. I see brown in it too, but it's red. Red, red. Ooh, that's a good swatch. It looks actually really red, like I'm comparing it to this one. This is the Blood Moon up here, but this actually comes out You can see a little bit more brown on the palette, but it's still very pretty. All right, guys, that is it for the EmilySayyy goodbye or hello to the new products. Again, for January and February. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I will try and make sure I'll set some timer on my alarm or something for once a month. I will just pile my products together and I will tell you what you need to buy, what you have to go buy, and the things that you guys can just go ahead and miss on. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to watch my previous videos. Also, don't forget to tell your friends, your neighbors, and your grandparents about my videos. And go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both are EmilySayyy, EmilySayyy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.